life isn't changing. Okay? You're not retiring. You'll still see Carl tomorrow. Don't let this stuff mess with your head, thinking that you have to do something over leveraged, over trading, doing more than what's necessary. Your model says take the trade when it gets to your target, be done, be content, close the charts, and then refer back to it at a later time when you wouldn't be trading it. If you can't do that, you don't trust yourself. And if you're thinking that way, you shouldn't trust yourself. You have to physically remove yourself from the markets. Leave. Don't be around. Don't have the app on your chart. I'm sorry, on your phone. Don't do it. Or you don't trust your model. People are greedy because they think that their model is only working right then and there. So let's maximize it, because it might not work in the future. It might stop working. I might not be able to find the same fucking setup that repeats every fucking day, every single week. I might get amnesia and forget that this shit doesn't fucking actually occur every single fucking day. It sounds silly when it's said like that, but that's exactly what you're doing. You're forgetting the fact that this stuff repeats. You're forgetting the fact that these things occur at a specific time of the day, specific days of the fucking week. All these things are repeating phenomenon. They're not random. These are things that absolutely are coded. They're there because they're supposed to be there. They are set on a schedule. They're going to fucking happen. It doesn't matter how many fucking people are buying it or selling it on Reddit. They're not going to make the market do any fucking thing. They're going to fall victim. AMC. Perfect fucking example. But when that herd mentality, we're going to put the shit into the marketplace and fucking shaft these market makers, these billionaire hedge fund managers, we're going to bankrupt them. They're fucking laughing at you. This is their game. This is their casino. You're not going in there changing shit. You're not changing nothing. You have to play by the fucking rules. And I'm showing you what the rules are. Some of you are kicking and screaming saying, I'm not going to do it. Okay, don't comply. Fail. But don't fucking cry and bitch and say, my stuff doesn't work or nobody makes money, because look around. We're all here. We're raising our hands saying, how you doing? How you doing? How are you doing? I'm doing fucking great. How are you doing? Are you wrestling still? Take stock in what I'm saying here today, folks. I promise you, one of these things you're stuck on. And that's it. That's the thing. It's you. Every single one of these things I've talked about, these 4 central tenets that keeps you from trusting and knowing that your model will deliver, it's all you. You. It was me. It will be the person that you see come up in the marketplace next. Your buddy, your friend, your coworker, your relative that says, hey, I want to do what you're doing once you find consistent and profitable trading. And they'll have these same things that they have to work through. And generally, they're in this order: impatience, impulsiveness, fear, greed. See, greed, you don't really necessarily feel greed in the beginning because you don't know if it can work or not. I don't think that the initial interest in trading and trying to make money is greed. That's just morbid curiosity, because we're not really like average people to be willing to put ourselves through this kind of shit. Which is a testimony to a great deal of people that say, traders are weak-minded people. They're not. Even people that are consistently losing, think about it. Think about what they're doing. If they're willing to keep resetting their account, they're willing to put more money into a trading account. Is that a weak person? Fuck no, that's not weak. That's somebody that's fucking determined. They're just misinformed. They have no idea how to control themselves and or find a model. If you give them control over themselves, coping skills to help them realize that they are the problem, and you give them a sound model, they will whip the shit out of you. Because they have the tenacity that's necessary in this business. This industry is a vampire. It many times sucks the lifeblood out of everyone. They don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it. I had members in my mentorship that paid me Never listened to me. Never proved that they were doing anything. Never fucking used the insight about what I was saying about the marketplace. The euro was going to go here. The British pound was going to go here. The dollar was going to go here. It's going to keep going down until it goes here. That's what I do when I do reviews. I'm pointing to a higher time frame daily chart and submit to it. And then I'll show examples of what I did or what other people have done in the community. And they did something completely opposite. They blow their account and they fucking sent me an email. It's only one person that did this. One person sent me a fucking email and said, "You ruined my fucking life, ICT." I did by calling the fucking future before it fucking happened, made fucking profitable fucking students using the same fucking thing that you listened to at that time. I ruined your life. You're a fucking train wreck. You have to fix yourself. I can't fix that for you. I'm a realist. That's why I talk the way I talk. I know that there are going to be people out here that are going to try to do this stuff and blame everything externally on me, something else, the fucking weather, whatever it is. You are a warped mind that needs to be fixed. And I don't have the skills or the ability to fix that. That's a head and ass syndrome, and you have to fix that on your own. I can't do it. I'm not qualified. But once you unfuck yourself, I can make you a profitable student. I can make you a profitable trader. I can make you a fucking millionaire if you just listen to me. But if you don't want to listen, you want to stay impulsive. I know he said it's going to go here, and he's been fucking right about 95% of the time. But today I think he's wrong, and I'm going to go in and fade him and then lose your ass. You don't want to own it? You don't want to swallow? That's on you. I'm still sleeping the same way I'm sleeping, living the way I'm living. All my students that are making money and doing what they're supposed to be doing, they're not skipping a beat either. You thought I forgot about you. I didn't forget about you. I think about you all the time. You're an audience of one. I've never had anybody send me an email that said I ruined their life, but you. And it's been a year and 2 months or so since you sent that. And I think about you all the time. I'm hoping that you're fixing yourself, because there's no excuse now. You can see it. There's people all around the world using what you've learned. And I made it even easier with the YouTube lectures. All that stuff, that 2022 model, I actually taught that in a commentary in the mentorship. But because most people don't take notes, they weren't paying attention, that was already taught. Literally spelled out. Went right over their head. All these things are simple to conquer, but they require time and application and replacing what you are negatively doing with the positive things I'm telling you to do. And over time, the default response internally is that you won't fall victim to these things. It doesn't mean you won't see or feel the impulses of them creeping in. You'll say, I know what this is going to do if I do that. I'm not going to do that. But there will be periods in your life when you're weak. And I'm weak right now. I'm fatigued. My firstborn almost, took himself out. And I wanted a victim yesterday. I got it, but I did something I shouldn't have done. I traded in a time when I should not have traded. I gave myself over to my emotions. And I'm telling you, even though I made money, that doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right. It's wrong. I should not have done it. And I feel guilty because as an educator, as a person a principal, I know I should not have done that. But I'm at a weekend, and I'm not just, please believe I'm not justifying this at all, but I am absolutely human. I have frailties like all of you. And I am trying my best to wrestle through this. And one of the things I know I can do very well is go into the market and take from those that don't know. So once I did it, I reflected on it. I thought to myself, I shouldn't have done that. So I'm confessing in front of you today that I beat the fuck out of him yesterday, and I feel bad about it because I did it at a time when I shouldn't have done it. I was basically drunk, not on alcohol, but I had a bloodlust. I wanted to hurt somebody else because I'm in pain. I'm scared. I'm afraid of my son. He's not out of the woods yet. He's getting better, but he's not out of the woods. So once you get through all this stuff, how do you know your model will deliver? Well, you focus on how. How will you engage price? That means, are you going to be a day trader? Are you going to be a swing trader? Are you going to be a scalper? Some of you think, well, I want to be a scalper because I don't feel comfortable in the marketplace and I want to get in and get out, and I'll be able to avoid losing trades because if I can get in real quick, use these really small time frames. ICT is using 15-second charts now. That's probably the answer. It's not. That's just me being me. You can trade on a daily chart. Trade less and do probably way better if it fits your personality. I have a very short-term attention span. I change my mind a lot frequently, so that's why I can excel in very, very small time frames. You may not have that. That doesn't mean you're stupid. Doesn't mean you're thick or incapable of trading. It just means that your personality is a little bit slower at pace. It takes you a little bit more information and time to figure out what you want to do. Okay, you might be a good swing trader. If you're really fucking indecisive, and it's really taking you a lot to come to the conclusion about what you think the market's going to do, you're a perfect position trader because it's going to take a whole lot more things to change your mind about the marketplace. And those words are as close as verbatim as I can get from what I learned from Larry Williams. He nailed that shit when he said that. And I believe that wholeheartedly. And when I applied it to myself, it worked. When I tried to be a long-term position trader, it was fucking murderous to me. I couldn't do it. Every little fluctuation in price was driving me nuts. I couldn't stick with it. If you feel that way, you have to apply what your personality is to your trading and find an approach to trading, whether it be short-term, intraday, scalping, day trading, where you trade the full daily range, short-term trading, where you use the weekly range and you use 4-hour or 1-hour charts to time a setup that would be just like you would expect on the 1-minute chart for like Model 2022 or a silver bullet. That same mindset being applied to a 4-hour, 1-hour chart, you can be a swing trader there. Short-term trader there. If you know day trading, you can pyramid using smaller time frames within that price run and parlay it up to even much more than you'd ever imagine. But you can't do that right away. There's a lot of things you have to learn. But you have to know how you're going to do it. That means how you are going to engage price. Once you understand what you're going to do in terms of how, what is it you're waiting for in price? The what. We're looking at 4 things here: how, what, why, and when. How you're engaging price. That means what your model of engagement is: short-term trading, scalping, swing trading, position trading. But what are you patiently waiting for? What have you been doing case studies on? What are you conditioning yourself to anticipate in price action? Is it the silver bullet? Is it Model 2022? Is it standard optimal trade entry? Are you looking for breakers? Like what is it you're looking for? Are you looking for reactions to old highs and reversals? So like turtle soup or climax reversal patterns, because you're a contrarian. That's the what. That's that model, your model. That's what you're looking for, what you're patiently waiting for. You're not shifting in and out of different things ICT's talked about before. The one thing that you feel drawn to in your studies that makes most sense to you, your early initial evidence of building an affinity for a specific thing I've either taught or mentioned, that's the one you start with. It doesn't mean abandon it when I release something new. You're hurting yourself when you do that. This is my shit, my creations. And I'm telling you, honestly, if you're dropping whatever you're working on, every time I present something new, thinking that's the thing that you needed better, you've wasted your time. And you're wasting your valuable time in developing understanding about price and yourself. Because the first part of this presentation today is paramount to you ever finding how a model will deliver consistently. You'll be too busy wrestling with yourself. Why? Why? What is it you're doing in price action? What is it that you're doing that trusts that model? The why behind why price should be doing what it's doing. The narrative is basically what I'm saying. Why should price react this way? Why should it, or why will it not do this very thing that you're expecting in price? You have to have an understanding of narrative. What makes this market likely to behave a certain way? If the market is expected to go lower, you've been anticipating the market going lower on the weekly chart, there's something down there 150 handles below where we're at the close on Friday. So your analysis on the weekend before the market opens up, you're anticipating that it's likely to draw down 150 handles. Okay, that sets the tone for your bias going into the week. Then you want to see how we open on Sunday. On Monday morning, see how we traded overnight.